So, what do you think? Do you recognize their disease?
I think they're dead.
They didn't die of disease. They were poisoned. There's no doubt about it.
You're probably right. But I've heard these savages talking so much about curses. So I thought it must be a mysterious disease, rather than seeing what was before my eyes. But how could these three men be poisoned?
Berries. Do you recognize?
I'm not sure. Do their symptoms not point to anything?
No. I've never seen such a deadly poison with these symptoms.
Barracks.
Have you noticed anyone unusual here?
Unusual? No.
Me? What'd they drink?
Did they drink anything in particular?
They like to drink their fills in the evening. Life is dreary here. But if the poison was in the alcohol, I'd also be on the pile of corpses.
Eat.
What did they eat yesterday? Did they eat any mushrooms?
No, we avoid that kind of thing. We don't know enough about the region's plant life. The congregation provides us with dry produce, otherwise we eat game. Yesterday they butchered a beast brought by the hunters.
Hunters?
Natives who bring us game regularly in exchange for knickknacks. But they've been restocking us for months. I struggle to believe that they're involved.
Well, we'll see what they have to say. Where can I find them?
They usually hunt on the edge of the wood that leads to this camp.
Okay. Yeah, he was mine!
Atoy! This is our prey, Renaigse. How can we earn our reward if you hunt our prey?
Oh, you can have it. Straight to the point.
We were looking for you.
Us? What do you want from us?
3 woodcutters were poisoned yesterday after eating what you brought them.
Poison? I swear we are not responsible for this.
Insist?
Listen, all the clues lead to you, but it may simply have been an accident. How about you tell me exactly what happened?
To carry from a possible stolen
really
package.
an
Nice.
accident, but we did not want to kill them either.
Then tell me how it happened.
We did not decide to do this. We were trading beautiful things with the camp. But the elder said that we would be traitors to our clan if we let the woodcutters cut down all the trees.
Which elder?
One of the old men from Mykillangelo, our village. He is very angry because we cannot heal the glade. He gave us the meat of an andrig killed by a venomous dosentats. Its flesh is perfectly edible when prepared with certain berries, but without them, eating it would be lethal. And since the Renaigse invaded our forest, these berries are nowhere to be found. He wanted it to be a lesson for them, so that they may understand.
Well, this is really
that
going to
their
help them get into the camp to plant trees.
brings death.
I will not hold you responsible, but from now on you will no longer bring meat to this camp. You are the instruments of a hateful old man's vengeance. And I'm under the impression that there will be even more deaths if I do not get to the root of this problem.
The Mykillangelo elder thought it best to take vengeance into his own hands. I understand his anger, but Dunkus would not approve of this. He would say that bloodshed only leads to more bloodshed, and he wouldn't be wrong.
This whole thing could turn into an open war. We cannot let that happen. Sir de Corsillon will be able to give some advice on how to solve this property conflict, without violence.
Okay. Let's open the rest of this zone before we go back. believe we gotta go to New Serene. I think he's hanging out with Constantine.
Do not force us to use our weapons. We do not want to shed blood. We want to...
Ah! Just get to level 30 so you can go to bed. Okay, so what I got? A few more spots. So you're saying, Batty, that... Oh.
Sorry, this is private property. I cannot allow you to enter.
I guess we don't. Okay, let's go back here and we can go to New Serene. I believe. Yeah. So you're saying that if I just don't get to 30, you'll be watching me all night? Oh, it's like Petrus is ready to talk to me. Saying it's past my bedtime. I want. Maybe by finishing this quest, we'll do it. You were in here, I believe, right? You're the upper floor. Oh, hey, Dreadphil, how you doing? Alright, so must have to go through here. Your head hurts? You have a headache?
Sir de Corsilion.
Desade, my young student, what can I do for you?
The camps.
The mission you entrusted me with has made great progress.
Very well. Let's see. Good. You have traveled great distances, and the Terra Incognita will soon be but a distant memory. Keep doing what you're doing, Desade. Can your old professor still prove himself useful?
Professor Seraphedin?
I found no traces of Professor Seraphedin yet.
That's most regrettable. But keep looking for him, will you? You never know. Can your old professor still prove himself
I have to
useful?
take care about conflict.
I have come to find you because I received a complaint from the natives of the village of Mykillangelo. They want to be able to access a clearing, exploited by our woodcutters to heal it, to reforest it, I assume. But our men there say that it belongs to them, and are refusing to let the natives enter it. The site was supposedly ceded to them several months ago, but tensions are running high and some men have lost their lives. If we don't intervene, we're heading for a real confrontation.
It is very regrettable, and I approve of your desire to appease this conflict. According to what you have told me, if ever there was a contract, it must have been signed under our former governor. You should go to the archives and verify.
I think
this.
way to cure your headache,
Then go
Dreadfell,
and
is
talk Lady
to
Laurine de Morange.
make another video
And of course,
of
I'll
XCOM.
be delighted to help you once things have been clarified.
Thank you, Professor. Once more, you've been of great help.
Can your old professor still prove himself useful?
Looking forward to seeing you again, Sir de Corsilior.
Yeah, except for when you get me grenaded. I thoroughly enjoy the XCOM. Aspirin, if I have a headache, I usually take a leave. That's what I usually take. I don't have aspirin. Ibuprofen don't work for me. Or fur. Sure. Maybe. Fat nap with some food. Property deed of logging expedition. Following negotiations between Chief Duncus and Governor de Morange for lands of that region. It's hereby decided that the negotiated lands would henceforth be the sole and exclusive property of the merchant congregation for the purpose of carrying out logging activities. Access to this area is now restricted to members of the congregation. Where am I going now? Oh, okay. There's this, I don't know if they have it where you're at, but they have this churn ice cream here. And I like it because it's like really smooth. So it's not like a frozen, it's like a kind of soft. I have a rocky road.
Good day, dear sir. Happy to see you again in such fine health. How can I be of service?
Contract.
I need you to enlighten me about the property deed of a glade near Vigigidor. The natives want to access this place, which according to them is sacred, and which they would like to heal. But some of our men there are using this deed to deny them access to the area. Tensions are running high, and some people have died.
Yes, there was a time when we enacted a lot of contracts. Do you have the document with you?
Yes.
Yeah,
here
go for
it
the
is.
bud like he's saying. I say go for that.
This
Helps with the
session
headache.
agreement is only signed with a cross on the native side. Well, writing is foreign to them, as is the notion of land ownership. For them, the earth only belongs to itself.
If they did not possess these lands, How did they seed them?
I doubt they knew what this agreement represented, to be honest.
In that case, why make them sign it?
When we arrived on the island, we had to ensure our access to certain commodities. We also had to make sure that we had legal ownership of the lands we were occupying. The natives dreamed of possessing some baubles that they didn't know how to craft. It was easy to make them sign agreements that they didn't understand by giving them some. I was a stranger to their philosophy then. I only thought about my city, and I regret it.
I'm sure we can fix this mistake.
I hope so, Your Excellency. Come, let's find Sir de Corsilion. Can I help you with any other matter?
Nope.
My lady, I have to go. Goodbye.
Sir de Corsilion, it's always a pleasure.
Madame, I expect you've come to see me about this regrettable problem concerning a clearing, which my student told me about.
Indeed. And I think I may have a solution that will allow us to solve this conflict peacefully.
I'm listening.
I must admit that I established this at a time when the culture and the mentality of the natives was foreign to me. The clan of this village was rather open to our presence. They welcomed us with benevolence. For this reason, I think we should allow them access to these lands. In doing so, we would appease the tensions, and we would also retain ownership of the wood. We would even benefit from such an agreement if the natives reforest this area. Then we could exploit it for a longer period of time.
I find this decision perfectly viable, and I approve. But several men were killed, and their comrades will seek vengeance if the person or persons responsible do not pay for their crimes.
I am convinced that Dunkus, the chief of this clan, never approved such an action.
I understand, but I will only write a decree allowing people to go to this clearing, provided the murderer is delivered to us.
Hello.
Thank you, Master. I will inform Dunkus of your decision.
Not sure what camp he's at. Nightbot's an a-hole. He's yelling at people to not use caps, and it's not doing the thing I asked it to do. So I don't know. 9 minutes to get to level 30. I'm trying. Everybody's talking my ear off.
Bertir Tumad.
Yes, give me
I
some
am
XP.
Dunkas, the Mal and the Done god of the Yigido. You're very strange for Renaise. Who are you?
My name is Desarde. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation.
You are a Lugair Blau? Oh, I didn't know there were Onal Manawi amongst them. They may not be so different from us after all. What brings you here, Onal Manawi?
Conflict.
At this old man's request, I investigated the conflict that opposes you and my nation regarding the clearing. You will now be able to access it freely, to accomplish your rituals or heal the area. And the congregation will keep exploiting the forest. However, there is one condition to this new agreement. You must deliver this man to us because he is responsible for the deaths of several woodcutters.
These men died because of their own foolishness. No one else is responsible for their deaths. If they hadn't cut all the oakerberry trees, they would have survived.
What does that mean? What are the two of you talking about?
3 woodcutters died after eating the meat of an andrig after it was killed by a venomous Dawson tat.
It's nothing but a terrible coincidence. And if they had eaten the ochre berries...
We know that you
How
are
are they going to know
responsible
about the
for this.
berries?
The hunters told me everything.
How could you do this? You acted more foolishly than an irascible adolescent. By killing these men, you have brought upon us their wrath. And it is only natural that they should ask for justice.
Duncus, I beg you. I only wanted the Renoixe to understand the value of the trees they were cutting.
Bloodshed only leads to more bloodshed, and you know that. I would never have thought you capable of doing something so foolish.
If you want to stop the woodcutters taking vengeance into their own hands, you must deliver this man to us.
I understand. But I have one condition before we make this agreement. The Lugaid Blau fooled us in the past. It is their turn to prove their good faith.
What do you want from us?
There is a mine in the forest that the congregation has long operated with help from my people. But digging into the mountain has risked it collapsing. We reinforced the earth with wood.
Okay.
We worked with the Lugaid Blau to save the mountain and the men. We agreed to stop digging and sealed the entrance with a boulder.
Okay.
But some Renaigse came back, and I think they started digging again. And some of my people started going missing. Perhaps because they had seen them break their promise. If the mountain collapses and it is your clan's fault, thousands of lives will be lost.
And you want me to intervene?
You have to stop them. Remind them of their promise. This is the price of my trust. If you do, we punish the person responsible for the death of the woodcutters, and all our quarrels will be gone.
I'll go to this mine and see what's going on.
All right.
Is there anything else?
Nope.
I must leave. Goodbye, Duncus.
Qua awalum seg.
I think we been to that boulder, right? Yeah, I think we gotta get out of where is... There it is. Abandoned mine camp? That sounds like something I would go to. So close to leveling up. I don't know if I'm gonna get it in 5 minutes. They're not gonna let me in, are they?
Sorry, this is private property. I cannot allow you to enter.
Actually, no one should be able to enter. This mine is doomed. It's terribly dangerous.
I wouldn't know. Our employer, Mr. Maillard, is the owner. He's got all the deeds required. Listen, you should go to the authorities. They can confirm all the paperwork.
I definitely will.
Where am I going?
Those guys must have no respect for the lives of their men to start mining again.
These Renaigse must not have taken us seriously. We should take a closer look.
Where am I? What? Spy on the activities. Am I supposed to spy on it? Where am I supposed to go? Apparently not through that tree. Aha!
We should take the path that overlooks the outer wall. We should be able to see inside from there.
They broke the stone and started digging under the mountain again. The Monesinaiga. They use captives from the villages to dig their mine.
They've made them into slaves. We must talk to Sieur de Courcillon. I hope that our nation is not involved in this business.
Back to town. A lot of back and forth tonight. My cousin's still alive. Oh, is it here? No. Yeah.
Sieur de Courcillon.
Decidez, my young student, what can I do for you?
Exploitation.
I've come to ask you about a mine near Vigigador. It was closed for a long time for security reasons, but someone has started exploiting it again.
I seem to recall that a concession in this area was sold to a master
It's a neat-looking
mayor.
room.
However, I do not recall the details of the contract. It was established by the previous government. He is a rich merchant
take
from
all those
Serene
bookshelves.
who arrived on the island only a short while before we did. People say that he is unscrupulous.
Unscrupulous? That's an understatement. This man had some natives captured and he's using
the
them as
smell of
slaves
books.
to work in this mine.
What? Does this old brigand really think that he is above the law? We cannot tolerate such methods, but we must determine the best way to attack him.
A sword.
You should start by finding the deed to his property in the archives. Don't worry, we'll not let this man's behavior go unpunished. Can your old professor still prove himself useful?
Looking forward to seeing you again, Sieur de Courcillon.
Back down to the basement? Where am I going? Yep, back down to the basement. Alright, out of the quests that I've done, this is one of my least favorites. Or a pipe. Smell of a pipe. My grandpa smoked a pipe. He also rolled his own cigarettes. Property deed, an old mining plot belonging to Master Maillard. This document is written in legal jargon. There's a property deed belonging to Master Maillard. Mallard? I don't care. The guy's an asshole. Concerns some land situated in that region, including an old mine. The document was signed by Madame de Morange. Alright.
It seems as though you can't decipher the glyphs of your own people's document.
I get lost in all the legal jargon, but they have Lady Morange's seal on them. We should find her.
Like a
to understand
repeat.
exactly what they say.
I mean, this is exactly what we did with the earlier part of this quest.
day, dear sir. Happy to see you again in such fine health. How
All
can I
this
be of
running, how can I
service?
not be in good health? Property deed.
I need your advice once more. This time it's about the property deeds of a plot of land and of a mine acquired by a certain Maillard. Here are the
Maillard.
deeds. I must admit that I understand very little of what's written, but your seal is on it.
Do not worry. This type of document is always difficult to decipher for the uninitiated. However, they are very clear. Master Maillard is the owner of a plot of land located near Vigigidor. He can exploit the forest and plant anything he wants there, but it says here that he does not have the right to exploit the mine. It's even repeated in this other paragraph. Any attempt at mining on this land is forbidden.
And yet the mine which was located on this plot of land has been reopened and is being exploited as we speak.
According to these documents, the mine has been closed for security reasons. This man's behavior is reckless. You should go see him. He's presently in New Serene. He usually spends time at the port when he comes. He has some warehouses there.
Awesome.